How's it, guys? It's Sunday afternoon. It's about 4:30 p.m. I've come to check up on the animals, more especially this old lady over here. You can see the weather's building in the background, so I'll need to make it quick. And unfortunately, I can't record it now. I actually missed it because my mic didn't pair up with my transmitter didn't pair up with a mic, or whatever you want to call it. But what was interesting is these two heifers over here, both of them in Goonies, were busy chewing the leaves off these little acacia trees over here. I just want to get closer. Well, I don't think they're acacia. I actually don't know what they are. But they were chewing the leaves off these trees, these leaves over here, and they were the only two animals to do so. The rest of the herd's there in the background. They've already come through here. And I'm assuming that that is something that the little heifer knows or is accustomed to, because the moment she saw the bush, she went straight for it. Of course, I'm very happy that happens, because we need to get their guts going properly. And because there's a bit of green coming through, I don't want to unnecessarily supplement them with urea. As soon as the first green starts coming through, I want them to eat the grass, and I need them to start producing their own gut bacteria. Now, Bella over here is looking very good. Her poops are still a little bit on the hard side. I'm not very happy with them yet, as are those of her heifer or little one over there. But I'm monitoring them. I'm keeping my eye on them. We don't want them to get dry gall sickness, where they basically can't digest the roughage and they end up blocking up. This little heifer over here is looking good. She's actually starting to bloom. I think it's been 3 weeks, so I'm very happy with her. And there are her poops over there, looking very good. Now, I don't have an example nearby. Well, actually I do. There we are. What's very interesting is that the Thulees that are already adapted to extreme sour felt actually have the best looking poops of all the animals. Their dung patties look very similar to that, and even the latest ones actually start making the indentation, which means they're efficiently digesting the grasses that they're getting in. This grass in front of us right here is generally very unpalatable, but because there's not much other greenery on offer, they're chewing it, they're eating it, they're grazing it. And that makes me very happy, because this part of the farm was pretty much underutilized for a number of years. So I'm not sure what type of grass this is. I suspect it might be ngongoni or turpentine grass. I'm not perfectly sure. I'm actually waiting for them to become nice and green so I can actually compare them to the pictures I have on my app. But generally speaking, if I'm correct and it is ngongoni, it's a grass that becomes very unpalatable very quickly. It's the first to green up, but also becomes unpalatable very quickly. So if they are now grazing the green grasses, the young green shoots coming through, they're basically putting this grass, setting it back a little bit. And that's what we want. They set these grasses back a little bit. It means the other better grasses get the opportunity to basically start coming through and start flourishing. In the back here, we've got a type of well, the Afrikaans name is Eysterklip. I'm not quite sure what it is in English, probably like a steel stone or something like that. But either way, these rocks can be like magnets to lightning. They can actually draw lightning. So there's a warning that we should expect thunderstorms with severe lightning. So I'm hoping that these animals play it safe and that their actual instincts kick in, and that they don't stay up here for too long, that they actually move down to the bottom. There we are. There's one of the Brahmin browsing that tree. Guys, this is what we want. This is what we need, and I'm going to give her a chance to finish up. That's exactly what I want, and it's exactly what I need. Animals need to browse as well as graze. Just look at her. That is a good source of protein to them. It's a good source of energy. And when it's drought and times are tough and your grasses are dead, there's usually green leaves about on the trees because they have deeper root systems. You can see what this grass looks like over here. Totally ungrazed. Very, very herbaceous, very lignified. Most certainly not the type of grass, come on girl, calm down, that they usually enjoy grazing. I just want to get close and have a look here. Okay, I've got no idea what this tree is. Somewhere along the line I need to find someone who can assist me with this. I'm too dumb when it comes to the types of trees and grasses I have. Anyhow, so last night myself and the boys slept on the farm because it gets tedious coming out every night for 3, 4, 5 nights in a row, having to sit here 5, 6, 7 hours waiting for the moon to start going down. And I thought I'd start applying some stockmanship to my own kids. There's another one, browsing the leaves. I love this. This is not something I generally saw earlier. And there's another one over there. That's one over there. She was just browsing that tree over there. This is not something I saw earlier, generally speaking. Having said that, it was in the winter. So it might be possible that the leaves are only now just becoming properly palatable. Or it's possible that they're copying the Ngoonies. In any case, we slept over here last night. I applied basic stockmanship to my kids. There, that's one over there is also browsing the leaves. Guys, this is amazing. This is good news. I have a lot of these trees, and the more they browse them, the quicker they start developing the correct gut bacteria to help digest this lignified grass. Coming back for the 3rd or the 4th time, we slept over here. I applied basic stockmanship to my own kids because I've got 2 teenage boys, and I know if we sleep on the farm, it won't be long before they grab the torches and they run all over the farm looking at all kinds of animals and insects. My boys are fairly big, so they're not at risk. And in doing so, they're actually doing my patrolling for me. Because at that age, they've got more energy than intelligence. There's another one browsing the tree over there. So, as expected, we weren't here for very long. The boys took the dogs and off they went. And I actually spent only an hour looking after the cattle last night. Of course, it didn't quite work out as I planned. The dogs became very restless. Here we can see it perfectly. Just look at that. Look how they use their tongues. And these trees have thorns on. Long thorns of about nearly an inch long, thick thorns. So she loops her tongue around the leaves and the branches. She pulls them closer. And then she manages to take a couple of leaves off. That's amazing. You can see the wind is howling now, it's pushing. I still had a couple of interesting things I wanted to share with you, but I think the weather is not going to work in my favor. And check how that one's lifting her neck. The wind's so strong it's nearly blowing the phone out of my hands. Anyway, so the dogs became very restless. At 1:30 this morning they went off like mad, started barking. I got up, I did a quick round. I didn't see anything. But the cattle are safe and they're good, and the moon is busy waning. So, and if it rains tonight and it rains tomorrow night, yeah, another one's walked all the way over to come and eat these leaves. This is very important, guys. To me, this is critical, because it means in a drought your animals will know to eat something other than grass. Not all breeds do this. Not all animals within a breed do this. But if you can get your animals to browse the leaves, you've suddenly unlocked a totally new source of fodder for them. Now we have 2 of them grazing. Guys, I've just gone off the point. 2. There's 2 over there. Is 4. That one over there is 5. The 2 Ngoonies earlier was 6, 7. So I've actually seen 7 of them grazing these leaves, and it's good. We don't want the trees to take over. There are no natural grazers in this camp besides the impala, but the impala are too few. There are only 13 of them, so they're not going to do much damage to these trees. Guys, I think I must get going. I had some pearls of wisdom I wanted to share with you. I don't think the weather and the wind is going to allow it, and I think it's going to become a little bit dangerous to stick around. So look out for my next video. I'll do a couple of shout outs, and I'll share a couple of pearls of wisdom that I picked up. Guys, this is me. Have a good one. Cheers.